Mic testing, mic testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Mic testing. Mic testing. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's atrocity. Setup update. I had the portable mic that I used to record on. And, well, there's no other way to say this. Lady Luck has once again shown its unconditional support, and that mic has somehow damaged. So I have spent another 1,000 rupees on a portable mic this time, which is connected through Bluetooth, which is somewhat of a mini speaker, and it is right in front of my mouth, and I am recording it accordingly. I don't know what the quality of audio will be. I don't know how it is recording because it is literally in front of my mouth. I can't even move my lips properly. But since we are slightly off from our view target and subscriber target, I'm gonna have to plow through, and also because I'm a brave little soldier. So, channel update. We are crawling towards our target at a rapid rate. We have gained a total of 0 subscribers, and the number of users has increased drastically. It has gone from 9 to 10. One of my video has gotten a single view, which is obviously mine when I chose to review it. And yeah, and update about the previous video. I think I am lacking. I think I am taking this slightly less seriously because after countless reviews, multiple feedbacks, and after asking, I've just fired my content review team, or as I like to call it, my QC team, because in spite of their reviews and my review, yesterday there was an overlap of sound. I think 2 recordings were imported at the same time, or there was some problem with the extremely expensive video recorder that I use, which I have developed from scratch through my in-house development team. And I think I have given my what you can say, app development team ultimatum as to this should not repeat again, because it was completely their fault, and not because I don't have any team in the first place. I don't review this at all, and definitely not because I'm using a cheap video editor and simply chuck any random video that I see in my gallery, export them, and directly upload. So that's that. I might have had a brain wave, and it's definitely something that is never thought of, and something that has never been ever done previously, and it is definitely in line with my target, with my statement in, I guess, one of my videos. If I've not made that statement, I'll make it right now, that I'm doing this for myself so that I have somewhere to let my feelings out, because I take my mental health very seriously. So this is the statement, and this is completely the brainwave that I've had is completely in line with the statement, because what I've come across is that the number of the less views that I am getting might be because I'm recording in a language which is very, what you can say, very less spread with compared to the demographic that I am living in. So I am thinking of, doing recordings in two different language. One while going to the office and one while coming from office. The morning recording, which is while going to the office, will be in English, but the one when I'm coming from office will be in Hindi, Marathi, and English combined, because I don't want any views and I'm doing this for myself. And on a serious note, I listened to a few of my English recordings. I feel that I take a lot of pauses in the middle. There is no continuity. It seems like I don't have proper control over English, which I don't. And it seems like English is not my primary language, which isn't. And I want to seem like, I can speak English extremely fluently and not, and have a very good hold. And the aim, as I've mentioned previously, the aim for me to speak in English is to strengthen my grip over English and be more fluent in it, and not because I think that speaking in English will cater a larger audience and help me seem more cool. So that's that. The point that I'm gonna experiment with this for 2 or 3 days, I think. Obviously, I'm gonna have to manage my extremely busy schedule where I have to work a full-time job. I'm probably gonna have to spend a few sleepless nights, but I'm still gonna do this because first thing, I'm a brave little soldier, and second, because I take this extremely seriously. So there's that. Kind of a slight announcement to the 1 or 2 repeating viewers that I have, and to the 3 subscribers that I have on my channel. Have I subscribed to my own channel? I'll have to check that. I think I haven't. And should you not subscribe to your own channel, it's like a unsaid rule that you shouldn't like your own posts, because again, people will think that what a self-absorbed person, which I am, liking his own content, liking his own post. So there's that. Let's get the content train going for today, baby. Oh god, I think I have met the... No, I haven't. Thank God. Let me quickly check if this is still recording. I hope it is. Oh damn, it is. It is recording. I hardly doubt that there will be any clarity. So update regarding the car that I'm planning to buy in the next 6 months. My budget still remains the same, but I still visited a few other. I revisited the showrooms to check with the issues that were being highlighted on the YouTube space. And I found some of the issues to be true. I found that there was this complaint about a particular car suspension. Obviously, since I'm highlighting the issues, I'm not gonna take the name of the product because I highly value my life. And I don't want anyone to come after me or say anything controversial. because I completely have a spine, and I have an opinion. I have a voice. I think I should put forward my voice. I stand with whatever I say, and do not differ or take a 180-degree turn once I see slight trouble being caused because of the opinion that I make. And definitely do not let go of my principles and my ethics and my values easily, just so that the person in front doesn't feel offended or doesn't feel being hurt, even though my interaction with that particular person is sometimes is only for a small part of the day, if not just for the moment. So yeah, there's that. It is recording flawlessly today, and it is raining slightly, but it isn't raining as much for me to switch to full wet mode and do and wear a raincoat or something like that. I don't want to stop, but let's face it, because right now I'm not wearing a raincoat. The possibility of us getting a serious rain has now increased exponentially, and the moment I wear the raincoat, the rain is going to stop. That's just how life is on a daily basis. So I couldn't record for the past 2 days. One of the major reason was obviously because I didn't have a what to say, my portable mic was damaged, and also because for 2 days we had a festival in our house, and I was engaged in that. I had to work, get things done, do the heavy lifting, do the heavy things done, and be of some use to the family. So, you see, I was gonna say something. I was gonna speak more, elaborate further, sarcastically, of course, on this particular thing. But then I think that obviously, if someone in our family comes across this, then they might again get hurt about the truth, which completely justifies me claiming that I'm a person with a adamantium spine who takes his opinion seriously, who has a backbone, and who really stands for whatever he says. So that's that. Okay, so now last I checked, it was 8 whole minutes since I've been recording. And I haven't thought of a topic as such for this recording. The mic through which I'm recording is right in front of my face, and since it is rubbing against my lips, it is kind of creating an irritating sensation, and for me to, I'm feeling the need to obviously you know, moisten them up, or when you feel that you are having dry lips, you feel the need to moisten them up, or get them wet. Otherwise, you feel that they're getting dry. And maybe it's me. Maybe it's definitely me, because obviously I'm an extremely reasonable person, and the thought process that I have is legendary. Even though at this time it actually might be, because overthinking is really helps a lot. You can, if you utilize it properly, which obviously I can't. You can kind of think of a particular situation in so much depth that nothing is unknown for you, and everything is kind of an expected outcome, and you're somewhat of a genius because you thought of everything, and then obviously you've prepared for everything. Sorry, and nothing is really an unknown. So there's that. I am feeling the need to slightly adjust my mic now because this is getting really annoying. And I might do that because I might have to take a stop in the next 5 minutes. But I was just gonna throw shambles at Lady Luck again, say about its unconditional support. But this time, Lady Luck has actually shown its support. And this time, I was gonna say that just because I have to stop, the reason for which I have to stop is all of a sudden gonna disappear. Hold on a minute, and we are back. So I have now moved my mic from right in front of my mouth, to a slightly more comfortable position. Is at least what I think it to be for now. But it might have added a blind spot to my vision, and it might have done that at a really critical point. But I'm still gonna plow through. And now that it is not in front of my mouth, I don't know what exactly is the level of clarity for the audio, but like any reasonable person, I'm not going to review it, and I'm still gonna continue to yell or yap. I don't really yell, is what I think, and continue to record. So you're gonna have to put up with this, because I'm an extremely professional individual, in a very professional setup, who takes this. And it has started to rain seriously now. I think I'm gonna have to switch to full widths, which I am going to do right now, because this seems to be a proper space to stop, and which won't cause any traffic jams. Or what I can do is, there is this point in front of me at about 50 meters, which I know will definitely, which is the hot spot for jams, really. So, wow. So I am going to cross that, which I have now, and I am going to then stop at a convenient place and then switch to full widths. Yeah, I can stop here, or maybe I can stop here. Yes, this is the right place to stop. Again, I'm gonna have to pause the recording because I have to remove my helmet. So, wait a minute. And we are back. So, I have changed the location of the mic again. And it is again in front of my mouth, but somehow, right now, it is not rubbing against my lips. Instead, it is rubbing against my jaw, which is bearable. So I haven't really switched to full wets. It's more like inters now, and I'm gonna have to take a stop again if the rain intensifies, and there's that. So I'm gonna have to figure out a topic at some point to speak because let's face it, no one is really interested in how I feel and what I feel and what I am planning to do with my life. And maybe that's again the reason why the views are flowing in with such intensity. And by the way, it was not the YouTube server that was crashed, because of which I wasn't getting any views. On the other hand, it was really the quality of the content that I was. It might be the quality of the content that I'm recording because of which the videos are not blowing up and I'm not getting out of proportion views and all that. So, yeah, what can I speak about? What can I speak about? Maybe I can describe yesterday's experience. So I went to the Mahindra showroom again, drove the XUV 700 and the Scorpio N2 this time, and Scorpio N is really my favorite car. If you give me the option and you say that okay, here's 25 lakh rupees, go buy whichever car you want, I'll definitely buy the Scorpio N because I really like that car. I think that it provides a very rugged road presence. It is a very rugged car. I drove it yesterday. It has a great feel for power as well. And every time I look at one passing, you know, I never ignore it. I always look at it while it passes. So I'm absolutely in love with that car. But as I said, people in my family have motion sickness, so they don't really like that car. Even though it's really rugged, and ever since its launch, it hasn't given a single issue, and there has been no mechanical issues, no complaints, no negative reviews whatsoever in that vehicle. Excuse me. And it's a really good car. It's a great car. Great SUV rather. Proper SUV. Ladder and frame chassis. Rear wheel drive. Semi-independent suspension at the back. Independent suspension at the front. Drive at the back. Steering in the front. Just the way it should be. Uniform tire wear. Extra thick wall tires. It's a very smooth car. Doesn't bounce a lot. Actually, although it's kind of bad in bumps, The one place where I felt that the XUV 700 was performing better. Oh god, why am I yawning this much? Was in the bumps. And it doesn't have much of a body roll as well. XUV 700 that is. But the body roll is really, I think, more of a component of center of gravity rather than chassis type. And naturally, because ladder and frame chassis is somewhat, body on the top of ladder, which eventually increases the center of height drastically, and also because it has more ground clearance. So that's the reason why you feel the body roll more. Then there's again the Innova Krista as well. So the Innova Krista is a proper seven-seater. I mean, the reason why it is used as a or preferred by fleet owners is because it is a proper seven-seater, and they themselves claim it to be a seven-seater. Like they normally the vehicles which other companies like Tata, Mahindra claim to be of six-seater, they claim that to be of seven-seater with captain seats in the middle, because it can obviously fit three proper people at the back. Oh no. And then the variant with bench seats can obviously fit eight people, and that's what the company claims. Seven-seater and eight-seater. There is like 6 months for me to buy the car, but I'm thinking seriously about it in such a way that I'm gonna buy it tomorrow. And I'm getting brain fogs because of that. I go silent in the middle of a conversation because all of a sudden the thought about my car hits my mind, and I think what I need to do about that, and then I go into the overthinking loop, and then I zone out. How's that? I'm staying awfully silent today in the middle because obviously I haven't thought of what I have to say. Whatever I thought I was going to say, I've already said it, and now I don't really have anything to say, even though I have a lot of things to say. But again, I am getting this. Oh God, this self-imposed filter of mine is poking me to not say anything, or to not say what I am thinking. This because that's what happens. So because I've been recording, and because I recorded for three videos in one day, and then in another video in rapid succession, I naturally thought that obviously because now I am speaking out whatever I feel. I go out and speak whatever I feel. I stay in a more cheerful mood which, let's face it, no one around me wants me to be in. Then, because I'm in a cheerful mood and no one else is in a cheerful mood, so I naturally think that I'm being out of order. And then, because I'm in a cheerful mood, I become friendly with everyone. And then, due to my position, I can't really be friendly with everyone. So then I have to dial down again, because that is exactly what is expected from my end, and that is what I'm supposed to do. Life is really more about what I am supposed to do, rather than what I want to do. And again, if you read any of the holy books, you will realize that things most of the times won't happen according to what you want to do, but will happen according to what is good for you. So there is that. Kia Carens Clavis, also a good car. I've again blanked out because I again went in the overthinking loop once I saw the Kia Carens regarding my cars, and then I zoned out altogether. Extremely professional behavior. I'm gonna have to eventually figure out what I want to do and what I want to say, or I'm gonna eventually have to at least record, edit out the, you know, um empty spaces where I'm not speaking anything. And all of a sudden, my brain has decided that now is the time for you to adhere to the reality and speak factual facts, which, again, I have no substantiation whatsoever whether or not anyone wants to listen to. Look at this piece of. Oh, I can't say things like that. I'm gonna do a bit on the traffic really, because that's what I feel. So the place, or rather, anywhere you go, the traffic is because of a selfish prick who decides that, just now there's this guy, this person, is riding a bike. This moped should not be invented in the first place, is what I think. Gearless vehicles should really be banned in India, because these gearless vehicles are really a reason why, most of the accidents is what I feel, or most of the stupidness happens on the Indian roads. Just now I passed a guy who was, I don't know what he was doing, looked like a guy who was going to the college. I don't know why he has his phone out, what he is typing, what message is sending to whoever is sending it to. What is the importance of that message for him to, you know, decide to ride his bike and look at the message at the same time and do all those things. I really understand about cab drivers and delivery people who have to constantly look at their phones because their earning is through that. They have to attend their phones all the time, and I don't really complain when, even though most people do, but I don't really complain when I see a cab driver who's operating his phone while driving, because that's their occupation. If they don't look at the phone, they are not gonna they're not gonna capitalize on every opportunity that they get. And I actually respect these drivers who are taking their life seriously, taking a look, constantly looking at their phones, and managing to get the most out of everything that they're getting. That they're, I've all of a sudden become so much riled up that you know I'm not pronouncing words properly. I just want to rage at this point and say random things. So the traffic really, it is obnoxious. The lack of discipline that most people have. It's more like no one really stops properly at the line. And it really creates a chain, is what I feel. There was a time, hardly 4 or 5, not 4 or 5, I think. Let's say 10 years back. 10 years back, in the place where I stay, everything was really good. There were very few people who used to break roads. There were very few people who used to do silly things on the road, go from the wrong side, and go from roads which are blocked for a two-way traffic, and all those things. But nowadays it has become more of a frequent thing, really, because again, the number of cars and the number of vehicles has increased, which is why most roads which were two-way earlier have now been converted to a single way. And because people are so stubborn and so reluctant to change, they don't really seem to understand the fact that if a vehicle is coming from the front, you shouldn't drive your four-wheeler into the wrong way. If it's a two-wheeler, if it's a small car that can, navigate change routes frequently, then, maybe one or two one-wheeler is really, appreciate, what you can say, you can really appreciate that. Then there's this guy again, he's driving, I don't think it's really about the manufacturer at this point. He's really driving a bike. You need to change gears in your bike, but is still taking out a stupid phone and putting it to his ear and really risking everyone. Stop at the side of the road. You're not doing anything important. No one is waiting for you. You're highly insignificant. You don't matter. Clearly, by the way you have dressed up and by the way you are roaming around without a bag in the morning, you really don't have anywhere to go to. You're probably looking at a reel that your girlfriend sent, who doesn't like you in the first place. You have probably begged her, and you probably do everything by the way she wants to do, just for her to stay with you. And let's face it, once you stop doing that, she is gonna leave you, saying that you have changed, but you're still gonna risk your life, still deviate from life, still deviate from your life goals, still do stupid stuff on the road, and block traffic for everyone. What the hell? There are countless. I can still understand, like, if in most of the places at where I stay there is this metro construction and lots of infrastructure happening on the road. So if it's a narrow road, I can still understand that you can't really stop. And okay, at that time, if you're using your phone, fine. It is a big ass road. You are on a bike. There are footpaths. If you pull over to the side and get done with the business and then move, or at least pull over to the side and then, turn on indicators and move slowly at the speed of 10, 50, most of the bikes, if you would just put them in second gear and leave the clutch, okay, they'll continue to go in their sweet speed. And if it's a broad road and if you pull over to the side and do that, you can actually keep going. You can actually attend to your business without interrupting anyone. But if you do that, you'll actually be logical and reasonable. Then there are those people who, are on the road, who are going to their offices and going in their big ass 7-seater SUVs. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? The air quality index is declining rapidly. At least take a few people with you. As is, they are gonna go in the cabs, which are highly unsanitary, and if you offer to take them in your car and take the same money from them, they'll come happily. For all the 7-seater SUVs, at least carry 4 people where you are going anywhere. If you wanna go, with you being the driver and no one else in the car, take a smaller car at least. Or nothing really happens. Even if it's raining, you can wear a raincoat. You get tremendous proper quality raincoats nowadays without feeling warm, and you can continue with your business, and you can actually buy lots of comfortable bikes also these days, which will probably give you more comfort than an SUV. Do the right thing. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that bit that I said just now. I heavily criticized all the people around me, and I do break the rules, and this is what I was saying about when I said about the change. These people are so out of line. I'm really refraining from using cuss words, even if it's a simple word like stupid or shit, while referring to anyone. I'm trying to keep it as obviously by describing them as accurately as possible in a very neutral tone, in a very corporate tone. What was I saying? Yeah, so these people, now look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this. Just look at him. See, look at this guy. Look at this too. No, don't go there. Look at this uncle. He can see the ongoing traffic coming, and still he decides to cross the white line and go to the other side. It's difficult, It's for me too, It's not like I'm saying you should follow all the rules and all that, and I myself am a guy who doesn't break any rules or anything of that sort. Break rules, but be reasonable while breaking them. While at least give it a thought if you're, if by doing so are you going to hurt anyone. It's a very narrow road with two-way traffic. It's a single lane road really. Think about going from the wrong side from that road. If you have a big vehicle, if you have a two-wheeler, still give it a thought. Is the road extremely busy? If it is busy, then don't go from the wrong side. I do go from the wrong side, okay? I do, on those roads which is a two-way traffic but doesn't have a proper divider. So I do cross the white line which is there in the middle, but then I check if there is oncoming traffic. If there is oncoming traffic, I don't cross that road and force the driver who's going the right way to actually change his path and slow down and maybe cause an accident. And people, there is this one more way. People, if you have a vehicle, if you're driving a vehicle which has very less safety rating, okay, I understand you like that brand. I'm not gonna question your choices. I'm not gonna say all those things where I'm gonna criticize the brand because of its safety value. Everyone has some value to offer. Good, you made that choice, but be aware of your choice. Be aware of the safety rating. Be aware that in case you fall in an accident, you become a part of an accident. What's gonna happen to you? There is this freaking huge SUV coming towards you. Or I'm shouting at the top of my voice. I'm really thinking as if I'm in a studio. And I'm really on a very busy road, and probably whoever I'm passing is able to listen to my voice very clearly. But I don't care. If you are able to listen to it, it was probably for you. Anyways, if you are driving a car which has a tendency of folding into a thin sheet of paper if you are a part of accident, be aware of it. What do you think is going to happen if you are trying to merge onto a road which doesn't have a proper divider, which has lots of ongoing traffic, and you decide to still join it, and then a big truck comes who let's face it, most of the trucks in India are not well maintained. If the brake failing of a truck is a very probable thing that can happen, and these trucks, the brake ducts are designed in such a way that they cool only by when it has been driven on the road, and it is airflow reaches the brake ducts, and it cools down the truck, and there is no really any other way to cool it down. So if it's in traffic, there is a very high probability that due to repeated brakings, the brake might become ineffective and your car might be used as a stopper, and the truck will stop. Nothing will happen to the truck. Even if it does, let's face it, they're not going to repair it. They'll do just some basic denting and painting. Tape a few plastic manifolds and get it out on the road again without actually checking its alignment. So if you're driving a car which is not safe, at least be careful. Well, now look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh my God! Look at that guy. I literally saw a mini pickup truck. It's a thing where I live. In the local language, it is called as chota hati. It's kind of a mini pickup truck. The door of the truck doesn't close, it seems. So the guy has literally tied it to his hand. Other hand, which is away from the door. What? And people, it is raining, I know, but it is just water. It's not gonna do anything. Even if it falls on your clothes, it's gonna dry up. I can still understand if there is a swamp of mud there, where you're, literally leaving half of the road vacant, so that your clothes don't get dirty, and you're in the middle of the road driving at the speed of 40-50 kmph. When there is a charging vehicle from the back coming at 100 kilometers per hour. If you go from the water, if it's not that deep, if you go slowly, you'll at least be guaranteed a safe path to go. And if you're driving slowly, then the water won't come inside. And even if it comes, it is water. It'll dry up. There will be slight mud stains, but it won't matter. It won't be visible. Be reasonable. In my previous videos, I have made fun of myself to be completely unreasonable, completely out of line, to me not having a very logical thinking. But let's face it, I am better than most when it comes to road discipline. What is the correct word? Overtaken. Even if I've overtaken a vehicle, I look in my mirror to check if I've overtaken it properly, if I'm actually traveling at a speed which is greater than the speed of that vehicle. Then I at least, make it a point to slow down slightly or increase my speed before joining in front of it. I am driving a two-wheeler, it won't matter. People driving this big ass SUVs, they overtake a vehicle, they haven't even fully crossed the vehicle, and then try to merge in the lane in front of that vehicle, causing the vehicle to brake, causing a chain of braking, and then leading to an eventual traffic jam. Be reasonable! No, this is what I mean. This is what I'm trying to say. When it comes to myself, when it comes to me making any decision for myself, I am an extremely unreasonable person. I can't think straight, and that's because I don't really that much value myself, and I think I'm expendable, but at least I'm not troubling anyone for that. What the hell? Oh my god, I have shouted a lot. I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this. Although, let's face it, to keep the content train going, I'm gonna slap another copyright free video on top of it and broadcast it right out of the back. I've shouted a lot. Make the world a better place to live in for at least one person other than your immediate family member. Guys, on a serious note, we are in an extremely bad time. Look at this. I can easily go, I can easily go. The world is okay. Let's not become serious all of a sudden. I've shouted a lot. To anyone who's listening to this video and who comes up and somehow happens to come across the traffic bit, please be reasonable, guys. I'm gonna check if whatever I've yapped about has been recorded, and goddamn it has. So the past 55 minutes have been recorded. That's a good thing. Definitely. It's 10:50. I'm supposed to reach my office at 11. It's 10:50 and I'm 5 minutes away from my office. So in a very calm way, guys, if I can understand everyone has a sense of emergency, I can understand no one follows rules. I can understand that most of the people don't know how to drive. So there might be occasions where you might have to break the rules, but be reasonable while breaking it. If you want to go from a wrong way and it's a big road, feel free to take your bike. Use a small car. In rare occasions, sure. Take your big SUV. Sure. You have earned it. Oh God. Ah, there is the brief pause again. Look at this guy. That guy just decided to stop in the middle of the road to take a left because maybe he took the wrong turn and maybe he missed. But you can still continue. There is no, you're driving a 7-seater. You're not going to be able to turn it around. Continue on the road. Think quickly. You're driving a manual, which clearly means you know how to drive. Oh God. And people driving four-wheelers, get used to looking at your mirrors. Look at your mirrors, please. I can still understand if it is, the passenger side mirror, but at least look at your driver side mirrors. God damn. I am deciding to cool down. I am deciding that I shouldn't talk. I am deciding that I've said enough. My throat is aching. I should stop. I should really stop. I shouldn't say anything further. I've already said a lot of things. But then something happens in front of my face. Oh, look at that beauty. Toyota Wildfire. Oh my God, what a beauty. Toyota's really outdone itself with the new Wildfire, is what I think. It looks so good. The earlier Wildfire didn't look really that good. But I don't know what happened to the designers after that Wildfire. They decided that, okay, let's enhance. When people usually go to buy a Toyota, they don't really expect the looks to be good. But then Toyota decides to come in with the clutch and really, can I park my bike here? Decides to come in with the clutch and design something out of the blue, which looks good too. And it does look very good, the Wellfire. And it is a proper 7-seater. If Toyota had decided to go economic with it and design a minivan or some, it has the capacity to be a minibus. I'm not sure about this, but in other countries, obviously not mine. In other countries, there are minibuses of exact same dimension to that of the Wellfire, which are literally 4 row. Oh, in my country itself, there is this vehicle, which literally has 4 rows, and it might even be shorter than the Wellfire. So there's that. I'm gonna have to pause the recording for a minute. We'll be right back with you. So my throat had really dried up and I was yawning like anything. So I've decided to get an energy drink for myself. And that's pretty much it for today. And I think I'm gonna pause the recording now. Thank you to anyone who's gonna tune in and watch. And sorry if your ear started to bleed all of a sudden because I couldn't control my road rage. But again, at the same time, really put it forth in a very constructive manner by yelling at absolutely no one. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.